Hi, welcome to your meditation practice. I'm Xandra, and as always, I am so grateful that you decided to join me today. We will be meditating upon one of the most difficult emotions I believe that we experience as humans, which is grief. And grief can take on various forms. I think the most challenging grieving experience we go through is the loss of a loved one, but maybe we're grieving the loss of a relationship, especially if we weren't ready to let it go. We can also grieve the loss of a job, the loss of certain dreams and aspirations that maybe we thought would be in fruition at this point. We can also grieve our children moving out of the house as they explore the world as adults. So when it comes to grief, I think that in the beginning, it feels so heavy. It feels really difficult to sit with, to process, to move through. And when it comes to meditation, we are creating this space, we are getting really intentional with allowing ourselves to drop in to that experience, that feeling, that emotion that we're going through. And when we can sit with it, the more we practice sitting with what is, the more lighter and easeful that will feel with time. So as we come to our meditation, you can either come to a comfortable seated position or even lie down. But wherever you're landing, just have your palms facing up. So if you're lying down, just have your hands by your side. If you're seated, have your hands on your knees. And sitting up nice and tall, if you did take a seat, relaxing your shoulders, and then closing down your eyes. And as you close down your eyes, we are just settling in to the experience of grief. And it may be really difficult just to come into this place of stillness, to relax into your body. And you are doing your best to do just that. Start to deepen your breath. And as you deepen your breath, feel how the exhalation especially can soften you into this moment, into how you're feeling right here, right now. Now moving into a visualization about grief. I once heard it described in this way, and I found it to be a really beautiful and helpful way to think about grief. So visualizing grief like a stone, and visualize that stone in your hand right now. And in the beginning of any grieving experience, that stone feels really heavy, feels really difficult to carry. We feel it all of the time throughout our day. Its existence is very present within the body and the mind. And with time, as we grow stronger, as we remember our own resilience, that stone starts to feel lighter. And that stone never goes away. It's not that we're trying to ignore it, we're trying to let it go completely or get over this grief that we're experiencing. But we're able to carry that grief with more ease, knowing that it is a part of us now, and we're accepting that, we're embracing it. But it's not quite as heavy as before. So as you continue to deepen your breath, to settle into your body, to focus your mind around this emotional state that you are in, visualizing your stone in your hand. Maybe it's really heavy, maybe it's lighter, but it's there. And beginning to just visualize the energy of the stone, of the grief, moving through you. You're not suppressing, you're not ignoring, you're accepting that it's there. And you're deepening your breath in a way that each exhalation allows you to feel lighter within the grief. And when your mind wanders, or if you're just feeling restless, uncomfortable, just sitting in stillness, keep coming back to your breath. Feel a lightness of being with each breath that you take. And remember that moving through grief is not a linear process. It is a very personal process. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve. And some days that grief will come crashing over you in the most unexpected ways. And other days you will barely feel its presence. You are strong. You are resilient. You will not feel this way forever. And although time does not heal all wounds, that grief is easier to carry and to move through with time. Take just a few more deep, steady breaths. With every breath that you take, can you feel a little bit lighter within the grief? Maybe you're still visualizing your stone in your hand. Now bringing your hands together and just rub them together. Create a little bit of warmth there with your hands. And then cup your hands around your eyes. Take another very deep breath in, filling up your lungs, your belly as much as you can. And then a cleansing breath out of your mouth. And then just placing your hands onto your heart. And especially if you are grieving the loss of a loved one, remember that grief is the final outcome of love. And with time, it will feel lighter. It will not feel as heavy. But that grief is that reminder of the love that you experienced. Now opening your eyes and just noticing how you feel now. Thank you again for joining me for this practice. I hope to see you soon.